Hi guys, so now we're going to be solving some equations of exponents, but in this case it's actually rational exponents, right? We all know what rational is. It's something that is expressed as a fraction, right? It's a number expressed as a fraction. Let's say we're having a problem like this: x being equals to 3 over 2 is equals to 8, right? Hence we call it a rational exponent. It is the exponent which is in a fraction form. So now what we'll do is we want to solve for x, right, for this rational exponent. How we do that is we have to remove this 3 over 2, right, this power of 3 over 2, right, so that we can have something like x is equals to, right? So the aim of doing that is by multiplying by the inverse of this, or the opposite of this rather, which is 2 over 3. So you just tip and multiply it, and then you do the same here. So now when you come on this side, you're gonna put this, which is 2 over 3, and then here this 3 will go away with this 3, this 2 will go away with this 2, and you remain with your x, right? So it's going to be x here. So it's going to be x is equals to 8 into the power of 2 over 3, right? But you can't just punch this in your calculator. Here we are simplifying, right? So we need to simplify the 8. We know 8 is equals to 4 times 2, which can be broken down. So 4 can be 2 times 2, and then this times 2, so it's times 2. So you are having 2 bases, right, which have an exponent of 1. So it's going to be 2 to the power of 3. So now we know 8 is actually 2 to the power of 3. I'm going to put that 2 to the power of 3 all to the power of 2 over 3. So this power of 2 over 3 will multiply the power that it finds inside. Then x is equals to, so it's going to be 2 to the power of 3 times 2 over 3. And then this 3 will divide out with this 3, so you have x is equals to 2 to the power of 2. Therefore, x is equals to 4, right? So this is your solution of x for this problem here. You can always do your checks on whether or not this is the answer, right? So you go back to your original equation of 3 over 2 exponent is equals to 8, right? And you said your solution is x equals to 4. So you substitute where there's x, you put 4. So it's going to be 4 to the power of 3 over 2, right, equals to 8. The aim here is to get 8 on the left hand side, right? So this is 4 to the power of, actually let me change the 4 to become 2, right? So it's going to be 2 to the power of 2, all to the power of 3 over 2 is equals to 8. 2 to the power of 2 times 3 over 2. We know 8 is actually 2 to the power of 3, right? So it's equals to 2 to the power of 3. So here this 2 divides out, so remaining 2 to the power of 3 is equals to 2 to the power of 3. So now you know that actually your x of equals to 4 is correct, right? Why? Because the left hand side here is equals to the right hand side. Please do your checks every time. Anyways, let's solve another problem. We are going to say, so we're having 3 to the power of 3 over 5 is equals to minus 24, right? Actually, it's not like this on the left hand side. It's 3 multiplied by x to the power of 3 over 5, like this. Yeah. Then from here, we want to solve this problem. The first step we can do is divide by 3, both sides. And then you'll have x to the power of 3 over 5 is equals to, so minus 24 divided by 3, it's minus 8. And we know that 8 is 2 to the power of 3, so it's x to the power of 3 over 5 is equals to minus 2 to the power of 3. And then we are going to do what we did in the previous problem, where we multiply with the inverse of 5 over 3 here. We're going to do the same thing, 5 over 3. Because what you do on the left, you do on the right. And then this 3 will go away with this 3, this 5 goes away with this 5. You remain with x is equals to minus 2, and then this 3 here goes out with this one, you will remain with the power of 5, right? So please, now you can punch your calculator of minus 2 to the power of 5, which is x is equals to minus 32, right? Please do your checks and see if this answer is correct. You now know how to do your checks, and that will give you confidence on whether or not you now know how to solve these problems here. Let's do another problem. We have x to the power of 1 minus 3x to the power of 1 over 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. So here we are having x to the power of 1 and x to the power of 1 over 2. Which one is smaller? The smaller exponent of base x is x to the power of 1 over 2. It's smaller compared to x to the power of 1, right? I hope that makes sense. That is making sense, rather. Sorry. Hope that makes sense, right? So if this is the smallest, right, then we use it to equate it to k. We have to apply the method of k here, right? So we're going to say let k is equals to x to the power of 1 over 2. So now you know why we say k is equals to 1 over 2 instead of this one, right? So meaning that, why do we say this? Because when now it's x to the power of 1, remember that when you say x to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by x to the power of 1 over 2, it gives you x to the power of 1, right? Hope you understand that. So if this is equals to k, then it's going to be k multiplied by k equals to k squared for this one here, x to the power of 1. So I hope now you understand. If you don't understand, let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, let's continue now with applying the k method. I was just explaining why I would say k is equals to x to the power of 1 over 2, and where there's x to the power of 1, I'll say k squared. So that's the reason why I was doing this. So here it's going to be k squared minus 3k plus 2 equals to 0, right? And then from here, we are just, because this is a standard form of equation, we're going to factorize. So factorize our equation equals to 0. Factors of k squared is k and k. Factors of 2 such that they give us the middle term is 2 and 1, so it's negative, negative. So k is equals to 1 on this side, or k is equals to 2. But remember, what did you say k is? But k is equals to what? Please go back. It's equals to x to the power of 1 over 2, right? So when I say x to the power of 1 over 2 is equals to 1, or x to the power of 1 over 2 is equals to 2 to the power of 1. So now we want to have a solution of x is equals to, not to the power of 1 over 2. So you have to remove this 1 over 2, this power of 1 over 2. So we're going to multiply it by 2 over 1, including here, multiply it by 2 over 1, which means here at 1 we could say 2 over 1, and then multiply by 2 over 1. I hope I'm making sense. If I don't, let me know. So now you have x is equals to 1 to the power of 2 over 1, or x is equals to 2 to the power of 1 times 2 over 1. Then now 1 to the power of anything is just 1, so x is equals to 1, or x is equals to, so this one goes out with this one, so it's 2 to the power of 2. Therefore x is equals to 4 in this case, and here it's equals to 1. So that's how we solve these problems here. Let's try out another problem. Please guys, do your checks. Don't forget, for that problem, go and do the checks. Check if the solution is correct. Now let's do another problem. 3x to the power of 2 over 3 minus 7x to the power of 1 over 3 is equals to 6, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take this 6 to the other side. You have 3x to the power of 2 over 3 minus 7x to the power of 1 over 3 minus 6 is equals to 0. So this is minus, right? And then now from this point, we're going to use the k method to solve this problem, right? So normally I say k is equals to the base with the smallest exponent, right? If you say x to the power of 1 over 3, x to the power of 2 over 3, which one has the smallest exponent, right? It's definitely this one, right? It has the smallest exponent, right? So you're gonna take it. You're gonna say let k equals to x to the power of 1 over 3, right? But what I want you guys to notice is this is x to the power of 2 over 3. Normally for this one, because someone can just say k squared, you can't just say k squared. Yes, the answer will definitely, you have to put k squared. But why do you put k squared? Because someone can just substitute without knowing why you need to put k squared. Because if this is equals to k, then what is k squared in general sense? In general sense, k squared would be when we have x to the power of 1 over 3 multiplied by x to the power of 1 over 3, right? Because this would be k and k, right? Which is k squared, which the answer for this one would be 1 over 9, right? So k squared would definitely be this one, right? But in this case, it's just different. So what do we need to put in here? Let's expand it so that we see on what exactly should we put in before we say k is equals to x to the power of 1 over 3, right? Let's just expand this portion here. So let me erase here first quickly. So it's important to know than to just do the method just because you are used to the method, right? So now this is what we'll do. Now let's expand this so that we see exactly what's happening. So when I say 3, right, multiplied by, you see this x to the power of 2 over 3 is actually, if you break it down, it's x to the power of 1 over 3 multiplied by x to the power of 2, right? That's basically how it is. So you can say x to the power of 1 over 3 multiplied by x to the power of 2, right? Minus 7x to the power of 1 over 3 minus 6 is equals to 0, right? Obviously, it's a bit tricky here because if you say, as we said earlier on, that k is equals to x to the power of 1 over 3, then what is x to the power of 2? We don't know. What is x to the power of 2? Hence, I would say, instead of simplifying it like this, simply take out these two as a power, right? What do I mean by that? Remember the law of exponent having a to the power of m, outside is n. This n will multiply any power that it finds inside, right? Where you'll have now a to the power of mn. The same applies here. Just take out the 2 to become outside. What do I mean? You are having your problem of 3 to the power of 2, sorry. So it's actually 3x to the power of 2 over 3 minus 7x to the power of 1 over 3 minus 6 equals to 0. And we said k is equals to x to the power of 1 over 3. So what I mean is you're going to say 3, right, into x to the power of 1 over 3. And then put the 2 outside like this. And then you say minus 7x to the power of 1 over 3 minus 6 is equals to 0. So now we know that k is definitely equals to 1 over 3. Then the squared will come from outside. It's going to be 3 into k to the power 2 minus 7k minus 6 equals to 0. And then from now, we're going to say 3k squared minus 7k minus 6 equals to 0. Then from here, you can factorize, find the factors for this problem here, where it's going to be 3k and k. Then here it's going to be 3 and 2 and plus and minus, right? If you're struggling with factorizing, please let me know in the comment section. But what I did was find the factors of 3, which is 3 and 1. There's 1 here that you can't see, right? And then the factors of k squared, which is k and k. Factors of 6 such that when you add and subtract, they give you the middle term of 7. I said 3 and 2. Why 3 here and not here? It's because If you multiply this 3 with this 3, it's going to give you 9, and it's going to be 9k minus the 2k, right? So it's going to give you 7. So that's why I did that. If you don't understand, please let me know, guys. Anyways, let me continue solving for k now. Actually, I'm solving for x, but let's just simplify this. So it's going to be 3k is equals to minus 2, or k is equals to 3, right? And then from here, we're just going to divide by 3 here. So k is equals to minus 2 over 3, or k is equals to 3. Remember, k is actually equals to x to the power of 1 over 3. So meaning it's going to be x to the power of 1 over 3 is equals to minus 2 over 3, or x to the power of 1 over 3 is equals to 3, right? And then we're going to remove this 1 over 3. We're going to say 3 over 1, and then here multiply by 3 over 1, right? Multiply by 3 over 1 here, same applies here, 3 over 1. So you're going to have your x is equals to minus 2 over 3 to the power of 3, or x is equals to 3 to the power of 3. And then this exponent here will multiply any exponent that it finds inside. So you'll have x equals to minus 2 to the power of 3 over 3 to the power of 3, or x is equals to 27 for this one here, because 3 to the power of 3 is 27. And therefore you can punch your calculator here now to find the solution for this problem here, which I'm getting minus 8 over 27. So now you have your solutions of x, this one here and this one here. So now you can actually try out these problems that I normally have towards the end of the lesson. Please try out these problems. Let me know what you're getting, right, so that we know on whether we're understanding or not. Try out this one, and also try out this one, 5x to the power of minus 1 over 2 plus 6 equals to 0, and try out this third one, which is x to the power of minus 1 minus 5x to the power of minus 1 over 2 plus 6 equals to 0. Try out these 3 problems. Let me know the solutions of these 3 problems in the comment section. If you're struggling with any of these 3 problems, also tell me. I will do a video specifically for those problems you're struggling with. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Sharp.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, please write them down in the comment section below. Otherwise, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click that bell button.